From owning an Okada business in Agege to becoming the Rolls Royce of the real estate market right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Sujimoto.
Anata Suji, what does you are? Sujimotos. And at a very young age, I had always wanted to understand the principle of success. I didn't have the capital of currency, but I had the capital of dedication. So that's why I could rise as a black man from nothing to everything. But I had die. Die means diligence, integrity, and excellence. Creating a building is like having a child. We don't just want to build any building.
Yeah.
We want to study the best of the best architects of the world.
Yeah.
And what were they thinking at the time when they were building? This is the Lucrezia. This is the mock-up apartment.
Luxury.
The best developer in the world will enter here and say, Kadesi, passion is the passport for champions. If you don't have passion for what you do, you find it extremely difficult to succeed.
Yeah.
I hate it when I see young people ranting on social media. I'm saying that time they used to rant, I convert
create
it
an idea.
into creating an idea. Anybody can come from Ikorodu and become a landlord in Ikoyi.
Welcome back to the channel, my YouTube family. It's about, 7:30 right now. I'm going to Banana Island right now to meet Sujimoto. He has an awesome story. I don't know, there's just something with very successful people and early mornings. I'm trying to rush right now to Banana Island, and hey, for some of you that don't know, most of his projects are just done in, Banana Island, because he's selling real estate for just the 1% of the 1%, right? So Banana Island is actually an island. It's actually carved in the shape of a banana, hence its name. It was the most expensive neighborhood in Nigeria before we had, Eco Atlantic. As a matter of fact, Davido actually bought a property from Sujimoto, the Giuliano. This interview is going to be very helpful, not just for people that are into real estate and want to learn from him, but entrepreneurs in general. Like if you really want to be a business person, this guy is a business tycoon, right? And we're going to talk to him, and I hope you guys like the video. And hey man, we're trying to crush 100,000 before the year ends, so please subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. My name is Steven. I make videos around real estate, travel, and everything in between. All right, I'm going to like to have you here in the family. All right. Your project actually gets on in the news. It's always on the headlines, so people are always like, let's hear him talk. Behind every glory, there's always a story, right? So before we get into the details of your project and what you have going on right here in Banana Island, kind of like walk them through your journey of how you were able to start. You had an Okada business, and right now you're building for the top 1% of the 1% right here in Africa.
Yes, yes.
How did it happen, sir?
My story is one of those type of stories that would never have happened anywhere in Africa. Except in Nigeria. I was born into a very dynamic family. My father did a 9-to-5, was a manager, and my mother was an entrepreneur. I grew up in a room, not a face my face, but then the one bedroom where my mom nurtured 8 children. But at every stage, I had I think I won an ovarian lottery where I had a great mother that taught me, the basic principles of life, how to make sure that when you decide to go to school well.
Yeah.
If you want to be a mechanic, be the best mechanic. If you want to sell pure water, be the best pure water seller.
Yeah.
The norm is that we grew up in Agege, you should remain there, go to school, maybe come out, become an accountant, become a storekeeper or an accountant somewhere in Agege. My cousin had a friend who had an Okada, and they didn't know what to do with it. And because the Okada rider kept coming back, and he didn't pay them the money and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I want the Okada, and they said I don't have money. I said I'll pay you back little. But I'd already saved a little at that time. I think I was like 9 or 8.
Yeah.
So I had something very, very little, and I gave it to them. I told them I would give them the rest later. So what I did was that I now had a friend that wanted to play football.
Yeah.
Who also is the elder brother rides Okada as well. So we spoke with him. We did what we call a partnership now. He was riding the Okada. Then we went to repair the Okada. So the little money I had and they had repaired it. They understood that because of course on the street of about 45 people.
Yeah.
And my father was the second person that had a generator. So in those days, if you have a generator, you're a rich
You're
family.
a rich man, yeah.
Of course, and we switch on our generator maybe once a Sunday or once, and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I told them that they shouldn't worry that we'll pay. So I was able to persuade them. So we went to repair it. They started working. Then as they started giving returns, we were able to pay the guy that owned the Okada.
Yeah.
And we finished paying the Okada. We made so much when we were just kids, 9, 10 years old.
Wow.
And when the most important part of this story is that my house became an Okada center where all the Okada guys had to come and sit down there in the evening, and my dad could didn't want to have it again. From 1 Okada to 6 Okadas.
Yeah.
We had a lot of Okadas. But even if my dad had stopped that Okada business in me, he didn't stop the entrepreneurship in me. I think my most important destiny started when I decided to leave Nigeria.
How did the interest for real estate started? One, why did you decide to leave Nigeria to France? Two, and then why did you come back?
So you see, the Okada business was just a coincidence. The spirit of entrepreneurship, you either have it or you don't have it. I left Nigeria at the age of 16 or 17. I think it was my 17th birthday. It was my 16th birthday, 1997.
Yeah.
But after I found myself in France, I was kept in a refugee camp. Then I met coincidentally, from being an hawker on the street of Nice, I coincidentally met a rich man, Sheikh Mohammed Al-Raji, who is a Saudi Arabian businessman, who took me under his mentorship and carried me along and trained me and taught me all the principles of business. And at the time, I wasn't earning any salary. Yeah. So I was always there for him. I knew that I didn't have the capital of currency, but I had the capital of dedication. So that whatever I had, I dedicated it to my principal, and I saw him through. So that's why I could rise as a black man from nothing to everything. I became his confidant. I became a member of his think tank, and when he died, he was able to, the children said, Alhaji said you should have this as a compensation for all your dedication of years of dedication. Yeah. So I think when he died in, I think 2013, September 2013, I decided to come back home. There was nothing to do. I've lived abroad almost 10 years of my life, and I said, okay, I was coming home for a couple of reasons. One, my mother wanted me to get married. Two, I thought that my talent and everything I've learned abroad, then traveling all over the place and being connected to different numerous business deals. I think I can bring that back home. I had to give back home, and I also knew that Nigeria had an opportunity. It's a land of great opportunities. So I said, I would come back here and come and see how I can turn my 1 + 1 got to 11. But my deepest real estate happened in 2011 when I bought a very, very bad apartment in France, right in Whittier around small. So I bought the apartment. My then girlfriend, our brother was an architect. We went to different parts, contacted our own Romanian artisans, highly skilled laborers. They did everything. We furnished it. We looked into Google, we looked into Facebook to look at beautiful apartments. We implemented what we had there. We furnished them. We ordered all our furniture unfinished. By the time we finished it, and a friend of mine from Kuwait said he wanted to buy the apartment, and he bought the apartment. I made €1 million in less than 6 months. So for me, that was
that was the aha moment for you.
This thing is sweet like this. So I said, okay, let's go. I moved back exactly when I realized that mediocrity had already collapsed the real estate industry. I realized that there was no standard for luxury living. What people was allocating luxury for location. So which means if you have a land in Ikoyi, you build a 2-bedroom apartment, it's luxury. No, luxury is not by location. Luxury is by what you introduce. You can have luxury in Ijebubu. So when I came, I had lived in Agege, coming to Ikoyi.
For people who don't know, Agege is one of the areas in Lagos where they consider, most the lower middle. Would I say the lower middle class or the poor?
Yeah, lower middle class, more or less. Very low middle class. But one of the highest population of Lagos State. So I'd already come from there. Nobody had expected me to come all the way to cross Ogba, cross Ikeja, cross Mitsulere, cross Dolphin Estate, then cross, then come to Via, then come to Ikoyi. Who are you? Who is your father? Who is this? There was no nobility in poverty. My own is that the fact that I came from somewhere doesn't mean that I must remain where I am. So I always have a phrase that says that for anybody can come from Ikorodu and become a landlord in Ikoyi. Everybody thought, oh, this young guy, a billionaire and everything, but trust me, I didn't have any money. The little money I had saved and the little money my principal has given to me, that was the money. That was the only money. In fact, when I bought my first land, I didn't have the total amount. I had only almost 40% of the money. With the land ownership that was in my name, though I'd already paid maybe 30 or 40% only, I was able to use it as an asset to create some kind of arrangement and started selling off plan. Even if I had not started developing, I didn't have any strong background. I didn't have any powerful auntie, a rich uncle.
Rich daddy.
And so, but I had DIE. DIE means diligence, integrity, and excellence. And I knew that when I wrapped that together, I discovered the secret, some kind of secret of success, which is no matter where you are, if you have diligence, if you have integrity, and you have the spirit of excellence, you will make it.
Make it, yeah. Hearing him talk, even though you don't have an interest in real estate, I mean, these principles can be applied in all walks of life, right?
Absolutely.
We now know you, your story and everything. Now let's talk about the Sujimoto brand, right? But the first thing I want to talk about is the structures that you build. They're not like the everyday high rises or the everyday terraces that we see, right? What actually inspires your architectural design? Like when you do you outsource this thing, or you're actively involved in the whole process? And then what actually inspires your name? Because when I research your name, I'm like, you're having Giuliano, Medici, Leonardo. I'm like, and even the name Sujimoto, like it's not it doesn't sound Nigerian, right? So
so the first question, there are different types of real estate developers.
Yeah.
There are some people that just buy houses, just build a square building, and they just sell it. And they have a good business model. And because I read a lot, I was able to understand that greatness is created by paying patience. And there is no way you can create anything to become great without adequately going as deep as possible into them. Creating a building is like having a child. We don't just want to build any building.
Yeah.
We want to study the best of the best architects of the world.
Yeah.
And what were they thinking at the time when they were building? I want to study the people that have impacted art in the world and what were they doing at the building. And one of my biggest mentors was Cosimo de' Medici. Cosimo de' Medici was the 16th century, not only the richest man in the world, but also a man that had already invested so much into art. He was the one that discovered Michelangelo. He was the one that discovered Da Vinci, and so many others.
Yeah.
He was the father of Lorenzo de' Medici, and he discovered so many incredible architects in Florence of those days. And we also realized that he was one of the patriarchs of architecture, one of the people that created the philosophy of patience and the philosophy of simplicity, and how to bring complexity, mix complexity and simplicity in architecture. So when I studied him, he became my virtual mentor.
Yeah.
So I said that in honor to him, my first building in Nigeria would call the Medici, though a very small development on Milverton, so we called it the Medici. Our second development that we planned was called the Lorenzo, the first son of Cosimo de' Medici. Then our other departments, Giuliano, Lucrezia. For example, we are the Lucrezia. The Lucrezia de' Medici was not only the daughter of Lorenzo, but also one of the most prestigious ladies of the 16th, 17th century. So we studied her lifestyle. She was very robust, very beautiful woman. Men and women used to travel from different parts of Europe just to come and study her lifestyle. So we studied her. I told my architect in Dubai and those in Singapore that we want to create a building that would stand the test of time. That no matter who you are as a human being, when you pass in front of that building, you have a wow,
moment,
you know, that wow moment, and that's why we created Lucrezia. We now mixed it with the customer perception of Nigerians. All Nigerians want to live in villa; they don't want to live in apartments. So what we did is that we created maisonettes, created cubes of maisonettes, just like the body of Lucrezia, and we stacked them on each other. So in building the Lucrezia de' Medici in Banana, we built it from the perception and the concept and the idea and the lifestyle of Lucrezia de' Medici, and that's why we call her Lucrezia de' Medici. And that's why you can stand 5 kilometers away. If you spot the Lucrezia, you know she's the one.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's the building that would change the architectural, skyline of Ikoyi. Because we have dedicated so many things into it. We have introduced GRC, which is glass reinforcement concrete, the first of its kind in Nigeria, to give the building, to make it stand the test of time. And in the next 100 years, the building will still be the same.
I know you kept mentioning Lorenzia. I hope I'm getting this name
Lucrezia.
right. Lucrezia. Right. So is this the most interesting project you have done, or is there a project that you like it's the most passionate for you? And the second question leading to that is, I know you mentioned that location doesn't actually have anything to do with luxury, right? But why did you choose to build in Banana Island? I mean, why not you take the whole brand to Ikorodu and transform Ikorodu to its own Dubai? Why did you choose Banana Island?
We keep developing ourselves every day.
Yeah.
And, this today is our most recent project, but we have so many other projects in pipeline. We have the Queen Amina. The Queen Amina is from Zaria. The Queen Amina, we studied. She was a warrior. She was what you called the 17th century female mafia. I call her female mafia. The uncommon, women of those days. And this was a man in a woman's body that she led men, thousands of warriors, and became a phenomenon in the northern part. So what we did is we studied her regaya, and we should know when she's on it. So we used it to create an architectural masterpiece that curved and that's going to be in Abuja by the grace of God. It's a 30-story building. We've already designed it. We should start construction from next year. Then we have the Leonardo. The Leonardo for us is going to be the tallest residential building in Lagos, and we have the waterfront property, and we've added so many other things around it to make it become, not only a Nigerian phenomenon but a global phenomenon. The way we build, we want to say, what are people doing in Singapore? We have a 55-story building coming in Dubai. Will be the first African to stamp our architectural stamp of authority in the middle of downtown in Dubai. A 5-story building that combines hospitality, residential, and exclusive retail. We have that in the pipeline. So many other projects like that. The first rule of real estate is location. So real estate can be lower middle income, and high luxury and super high luxury. We are in the super high luxury. So if I was building middle income, I would choose the location and identify the location that has got to do with my target audience. So in understanding the Nigerians, every Nigerian wants to live in Banana Island. And location are the 3 fundamental rules of luxury real estate and of even real estate in general. So we think for our customers, where can we build a building that will stand the test of time and give a higher return on investment for our customers, and the value of that property will remain for life. And don't forget, I told you that where you situate a property has to do with the value of the property. It will increase the value of it or decrease it. So you can have the most beautiful villa in Ijebu, or you can have the most beautiful villa in Banana Island. The most beautiful villa in Ijebu can cost you maybe 300 million naira to build it, but you have it on a property, on a land that is worth 5 million naira. Or you can take that, you can uproot that same 300 million naira and bring it to Banana Island, the land worth 1 billion. Automatically it shoots the price up to over 200%. So for us, location was very important. And not only Banana Island, we needed a location where we can identify ourselves and where we can stamp our authority and where we can be visible. So those are the things that were very important for us as a company. My passion is not in mass housing. My passion is in luxury.
Tiago, you're saying this because you just keep answering the question I want to ask. I was going to ask you if in the future, or probably, I don't know, when you're ready to retire, you would ever in your life think of an affordable project so that the middle class or the lower middle would have a taste of the Sujimoto brand, even in the future, if that is ever going to cross your mind. Considering the housing deficit in the country as well,
Absolutely. So people keep talking about the housing deficit and everything, and we are in the higher upper class of real estate industry. However, so out of the quest, a lot of people have been telling us to please build this, that, so no problem. So we are building something called the Sujimoto Smart City. The Sujimoto Smart City, we are building the best infrastructure when it comes to creating a city. It will take a lot for any kind of person to have the gods to do what we're about to do. The same way we have implemented luxury into building, we are bringing the same thing into infrastructure, and we're creating lands where they become affordable. So we are building a city that will have its own mini airport, that will have its own polo club, that will have its own golf course, that will have over 100 artificial lakes. Then we'll now create lands from 500 square meters to 1,000 square meters where people can afford and build them. So we might not be able to build them, but we'll appoint them to people who train developers that understand the mindset and our blueprint, and will follow those blueprints. So this is the way of coming back to society and making sure we give back and let people have a taste.
That answers the question for you guys, that you want to really have a taste of what the Sujimoto brings to the table. So my next question, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when I was actually going online to research about you, see what people are saying about you, I went on some forums and people were saying, Sujimoto, he's a hype man, he brags a lot, because there was an interview, I don't know, sometime in 2019, you said something like, you are the Rolls Royce of real estate in Nigeria, and you also said if you were to be a musician, you would be the Jay-Z. People were like, I beg, let's hear. So, in as much as that is working in your favor, because I want us to learn some things about your PR.
Absolutely.
So I know a lot of business people will be watching this video. What do you have to teach us about PR? Basically, saying something, even though you are not that thing at that point, but working your way up there.
Absolutely. So, I think I had the opportunity to meet Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai. If you study a country like Dubai, a land full of sand, and wrapped it in gold and sold it to the world. Today, they've transformed themselves from a land of sands and camel to a city of marbles and towers. They did this in the space of 20 to 30 years. This philosophy of marketing yourself, and shouting about yourself, and saying what you want to do, and transferring your passion and vision to the public. When Martin Luther King said, I had a dream that one day, everybody will be equal. If he hadn't said that and pursued it, would have Barack Obama ever be president? When Jimovia in the 70s or 80s said he wanted to build the best bank in Nigeria, we would say he was bragging to them. I believe that if you have a product and you are persuaded and convinced that this product is a great product, you have to shout about it. You have to become annoying about it. And that's what we become. When we started the Sujimoto brand, people said, na hype. We created the hype is real through the contribution of so many pessimists. Saying na hype, na hype. But a lot of them, one day, one of them came and said, Omar, this hype is real.
It's real, yeah.
And that's how we created na hype is real.
Yeah.
But I personally believe that you can be selling pure water or you can be selling Rolls Royce. When you have a product and you're convinced that this product is the best, you have to scream about it. You cannot sell what you don't have passion for.
Yeah.
Passion is the passport for champions. If you don't have passion for what you do, you cannot. You find it extremely difficult to succeed.
Yeah.
And it also boils back to yourself. You are one of the best YouTubers in Nigeria. It's not
Are you
as
serious?
if
Oh my
it's not
God.
as if you do well, because when you got in touch with me, I had to Google research you, I had my team to look at you, and we saw that you use the best quality of what you do. You put passion in everything you do. You go extreme and to extra mile to make sure you create quality. So what we are doing is not necessarily PR, we are doing what we love.
And we have a lot of people in diaspora. You said you left France to come back home. I actually interviewed an American. He was in Nigeria, he left and came back again. When people in diaspora that have they want to come back home and start a business and help also, but they keep thinking of the limitation. Oh, Nigeria, is this safe? They keep hearing scary things on the news. We don't have light. And you did it, you left France, came here, and you're building an empire right here. So what advice do you have to say for people in diaspora that really have an idea, that really think that would be very beneficial to not just Nigeria, but Africa as a whole, but they keep thinking of limitations?
Nigeria is the best corporate jungle in the world. I've lived everywhere in the world, and there's nowhere like Nigeria. Nigeria is the only place where a Lebanese man will leave his country, being a project manager, become a major contractor. And an Indian can leave his country as a storekeeper and become a manufacturer. Only in this country. So there's enormous opportunity in our nation. Yeah. We must convert our complaints to concrete ideas and transfer ourselves from being ideologists to actually become performers of those ideas. I hate it when I see young people ranting on social media. I'm saying that time they used to rant, when I convert it into creating an idea. It's extremely difficult to live in Nigeria. You have to convert that difficulty into opportunity. When people see a bare land, see a skyscraper. And one of the things we've also done for diaspora is that we have created an investment opportunity for them, where you might not have 1 billion naira to buy one of our units, but you have 100 million, which is less than $200,000, or you have 10 million, which is less than $20,000. You can invest it with us, just like treasury bills, and you get secured return on investment. We have so many investors from America, from London, from Canada, that say, you know what, Suji, I have this money here, but I don't know what to do with it. It might not be able to pay for your house, but we trust your brand, hold it. And we've paid back so many other ones, just like treasury bills. We give high returns, and the concept of Sujimoto investment is to give people the opportunity to have a co-sharing, like a profit-sharing mechanism, where we say, you know what, we have the idea, we have the project, we'll build it. You might not be able to chart out 1 billion naira today, but your 100 million naira, give it to us. At the end of 1 year or 2 years, we'll give you a return on investment. There's a lot of business opportunities here. There is nowhere in Africa that has the potential that this nation has, and I believe that if you persevere, what God cannot do does not exist in this nation.
Awesome.
So that is the message.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys have learned quite a number of things, and for the 1% watching this video that wants to come here and buy a property, do the investment, all of that, I'm going to put their website in the description section and the number you can call in. They're going to give that number to me, and we're going to make that happen for you, right? So thank you guys for watching to the very end, and as you guys know, we're trying to crush 100,000 before the year ends, so we have 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the year ends. So make that happen. Subscribe to the channel. Please tell them to subscribe to my channel.
Please subscribe to the channel. I've watched it. I've been addicted to it. It's very interesting. It's very nice. You have a lot to learn. I've learned a lot of things from it. In fact, I watched one of your videos at one of the cities. Is it city?
Which one? Lucrezia
Lake. Amazing city. So I watched. That was my first time seeing Lucrezia Lake.
Wow.
And I watched it, and exactly because we were creating Sujimoto Smart City. So it doesn't matter if is the best or the worst. We want to learn something from everything. And we learned a lot from it. And true, now we had it through that video.
Yeah.
And you know, that's it.
All right.
So, yeah.
So you heard it from the horse's mouth, you know? All right, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
All
right.